Was your child not going to school because the child was ill?
She was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis where she wasn't able to walk. I've met with the principal, sir, and I've had, medical plans and emergency plans. Just one day I was hit with a letter stating that her father called the school saying she's making it up.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
I'm not going to do anything other than fine him, and it's not going to be a lot.
I understand what you're saying.
Thank you. Joaquin. Alyssa Therese Joaquin, 25W836204.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Hill. Well, good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Crawford, representing Ms. Joaquin, stands to motion.
Alyssa Joaquin.
They recommend a fine of $500. Does their civil infraction call for a $500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor. Through
that ordinance says you can fine $500 on a civil infraction?
up to $500, yes, due to the circumstances.
What are you doing?
Sir, I am pleading responsible.
Were you the one that was all emotional last time, or were you the one in traipsing in here with a police officer outfit?
Sir, I came just from duty. I am a police officer, sir.
I know. Why would you be doing this?
My daughter is very ill. She has surgery next week. There's a lot going on that I don't think has been explained.
The original charge was parental
Hang on.
responsibility.
Your appearance?
Your Honor, Josh West appearing on behalf of the city of Woodhaven.
Well, wait a minute. Was your child not going to school because the child was ill? Or was the child not going to school because you weren't making the child to go to school because you didn't want to deal with the fact that you were going to have a struggle with a young child that didn't want to go to school?
No, sir. My child is ill, sir. She has surgery scheduled for the 27th.
How many times did your child miss school?
Quite a lot, sir. But I have documentation.
Listen. This is not going to be the biggest case I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
But it's important.
Yes, sir. Of course.
It's important to get our kids to school.
Sir, yes, sir.
They don't graduate from high school, they got no chance. They better be the grandchild of a trust fund baby. They better be a trust fund baby, or they better win the lottery, or at minimum they better marry a heart surgeon.
Completely understand, sir.
Okay, so wait a second. Let's stop a second. Just let me finish.
Yes, sir.
You're making statements now that are making it sound, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. You're making it sound like you didn't do anything wrong here, that you have an ill child. Am I reading you right, or am I reading you wrong?
You are completely correct, sir.
So if this child has been missing school because there's excused absences, and I don't care if she's a police officer, a firefighter, the worst criminal in the world. I mean, we can't have people pleading to things if they did nothing wrong. And I can't imagine a scenario where if somebody's child missed many school days because of an illness that's requiring a surgery, and she's been battling that, or he's been battling that, or whoever's been battling that, they shouldn't have to plead to anything, including a civil infraction. On the other hand, if the medical condition just arose in the last 2 months and the child wasn't going in September, October, November, December, well, then we got some talking to do.
Yes, sir.
So, am I missing something here, guys?
Well, Your Honor, it is very true that her child is suffering from a significant illness that is still ongoing, and yet...
When did it start?
This started back in the summertime, September, right around the time that the school year started. Everything.
How many days did the child miss, Mr. Prosecutor?
There were several days, Judge.
How many several?
I can ask the lieutenant.
Why don't you get him in here? Did the child miss days last year? How old's the child?
My child is 11. She was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis where she wasn't able to walk. She was in physical therapy. And then
was that last year too?
That was last year. Then during the summertime, she developed the GI issue that we don't know if it's connecting or whatnot, but she has a surgery with a scope. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
This is from, okay.
So they don't know if it's something related or if she's got a genetic condition going on. My other student, my other child, I mean, he's on the honor roll. He is on perfect attendance. It's her that has been having the ongoing.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
I've met with the principal, sir, and I've had, medical plans and emergency plans, and they were even going to call for an ambulance at the school at one time. And just one day I was hit with a letter stating that, I guess her father, which he has nothing really to do with her, called the school saying she's making it up. And that's when they sent me a letter.
Can you tell me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can tell you now. I did talk to my officer in charge, Lieutenant Toller. The child has 38 unexcused absences from the beginning of the school year until the end of January of this year. We also called the school today, and the child has been out of school the last 6 days. So the people do have concerns about the unexcused absences, Your Honor.
She does have another doctor's appointment later on today,
Where is she now?
she's at home.
Where was she yesterday?
At home.
So she can't go to school at all?
No, she
Do you have
is.
letters from a doctor that tell us this?
Yes, sir.
Well, Judge, the defense attorney did provide some documentation. There's a letter from the U of M doctor saying the child can return to school as of December of this year. There's also another letter provided today that says the child can return on March 10th. The concern we have is the exact extent of what the medical condition is. And the defendant should be advised also that the school does provide teachers to go to the home to get the child's education going. And there's also so many alternatives to make sure the child is getting educated.
I have met with the principal, vice principal, I believe they call Miss B. She never let me know anything about anybody coming to the house and doing any of that. We just set up a 504 plan, which I guess is an emergency plan. I do have a note from her primary care physician that says that she has an ongoing condition that we will not know any answers of until the 27th, until exploratory surgery. So she's going to continue to have flare-ups that are requiring her to not even be able to pretty much walk, get out of bed. At this time.
I know,
like
but
said,
you need to provide medical documentation.
I have that, sir.
There's 1 or 2 or 3 things that are going on.
Yes, sir.
If this child has missed that many days and it had to do with an illness, all of them,
Yes,
you
sir.
ought not be pleading anything.
Yes, sir.
If this child missed that many days and a good number of them had nothing to do with the illness,
Yes, sir.
I have a problem with you getting a deal
Of
of
course.
civil infraction. I don't care if you're a police officer, judge,
yes,
lawyer, doctor, dentist. I do.
Sir, yes, sir. Understandable.
You
And
don't
I
have to
agree.
call me sir, yes, sir. I'm not in the military.
I'm sorry. It's just,
And I'm only telling you that I don't know what to believe here or think. It seems to me that if you got letters from doctors and took them into principals and took them to the police station or the prosecutor and showed them, listen, my doctor says this child could have only gone to school 3 times in the last 12 years when they didn't go.
yes, sir.
Well, that's not a big deal. But if they have missed, would you say 50 some days in a few months and the child's not going and the child could be going, we got a big problem here.
Of course.
I don't feel comfortable right now doing anything on this. I mean, unless you're newer here for these, Mr. Hunt. If this is going to be your practice to give them, and that's fine if it is. If this is going to be your practice to give them civil infractions with $500 fines on the first offense, that's fine. I just don't want to see the next one, who's an unemployed fisherman, get the same thing. Or I don't want to see them get something different, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like have to plead to a misdemeanor. That's all. I'm not suggesting there's any hanky-panky going on. I'm just telling y'all that if this is going to be your practice, no problem. But if you're not going to come in with these in the future, And I don't mean to be, I'm not insinuating anything. I just want to make sure. Because I've never seen one of these reduced to a civil infraction. I've seen them dismissed. I'm fine as long as we have consistent treatment. I'm fine as long as we have consistent treatment on 99.999% of this stuff.
May I say a few?
Sure.
Judge, there are, I believe, 2 or 3 other parental responsibility cases, and I've talked to Mr. Crawford. My offer is the same on all the cases today.
All right.
So I'm treating each defendant equally.
Good enough. I got it. And I would think you would. I just wondered. I haven't seen these before. Ma'am, do you want to plead to this civil infraction?
Sir, I would like to plead responsible just to have it finished and over with.
To the charge of municipal civil infraction under 96-50. Is that just violation of parental responsibility? Makes it a civil infraction? Is that all that is?
Your Honor, I researched the code today while I was handling these cases. That's just a general civil infraction. The fine is up to $500 is the maximum fine.
All right. To that charge, ma'am, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Plea is accepted. $500. Now, please, in the original charge dismissed. Now, listen carefully.
Yes, sir.
That child needs to go to school.
Of course, sir.
I don't care how we get the child in school, whether it's online, whether teachers come there. I don't care.
Yes, sir.
And I wish you well. I'm sure that's a very difficult situation. Trying to deal with that kind of thing with one of your own children has to be horrific to deal with. We still have to do the best we can and make sure she gets to school, okay?
Of course.
And I wish you well.
Thank you very
Can you
much.
pay that today or do you need time?
Your Honor, my client needs a payment arrangement. We were going to propose that she pay $50 today and $50 every week until the balance is paid. And starting on March the 28th for the second payment.
$50 now, 50 per week. I'll start that beginning March the 28th. Good luck. Thank you very much, counsel.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Mr. LePage, let's do Mr. LePage. Poor Mr. LePage. Do you want, but you need to talk to him.
Take care of this second one. Sequel.
Ken Waljet, Seacon, 25W836-120.
Yes, Your Honor.
Michael Crawford representing the defendant states to my right, station name now.
Kanawagi Seacon.
She's going to plead to this retail fraud charge under 771.1, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Your
And
Honor.
did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
if you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes,
Any
sir.
probation order. To the charge retail fraud, how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Were you, in fact, at the Walmart in Woodhaven at 23800 Allen Road in the city of Woodhaven on January 19 at 25?
Yes, sir.
What did you do? You walked past the register without paying for items.
Yes, sir.
Did you intend to permanently deprive Walmart of that property?
What is,
Did you intend to steal the property? You weren't going to go out in the parking lot and bring it back, were you?
no, I was not.
Were you intending to steal the property when you went through the cashier line?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole? Pardon?
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody in the world forced you to plead guilty?
No.
Have you ever been in trouble before?
No, never.
Please accept that I'll take it under section 771.1. What's bringing this on, ma'am? Go ahead. I'm going to sentence her now. I don't see any need to.
Well, Your Honor, after talking with my client, it would appear to be going on, Your Honor. She was under a great deal of stress at the time. She was in a hurry trying to pack and get ready. Her father had passed away in India, and she had to get out and get a bunch of different items in preparation for leaving, I believe it was the next day.
Yes.
And then she just made an error of judgment in her haste, Your Honor. She doesn't do this type of thing, won't do it again. She's
Yes, sir. I
just overwhelmed.
Yeah, I know, but you still intended to steal the property, right? I'm sorry about your father. I really am.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, Your Honor. To the extent that the court is considering a length of probation, we would ask for the minimum, ask to be non-reported.
11 months probation, that's the agreement. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. I have to charge you $220 in probation fees. I'll go light on the fines. 50 fines, 40 costs, 75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So fines and costs here equal $215 plus your probation fees. Your total's $435. You do 1 day of community service by April the 30th, 8 hours of community service, ma'am. By then, I'll be glad to dismiss your case on motion to prosecutor.
Thank you, sir.
Lisa, what do you have for me?
February
It's a review
4th
day.
at 9 o'clock.
So February 4th, I can't believe we're talking 26 at 9 o'clock. You have to come back here. We'll have a review hearing. If you're compliant, the case will be dismissed. So you understand,
Yes, sir.
you do all that, you stay out of Walmart. You're not to enter any Walmart store, specifically 23800 Allen Road in Woodhaven. You come back here on February the 4th of 26 at 9. You'll have to report to probation a couple times. You have to do 8 hours community service, but you pay that, stay out of trouble, come back that day, pay your fines, and you're all good. You have all this to pay?
Your Honor, she will pay that today.
You pay this now and you'll meet with probation. You'll get your notice down the hall. I sincerely wish you well, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. No more.
Thanks
though,
for
okay?
watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.